Check 1 2 1 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. We get it up and running every single day. We bring you cryptocurrency every single day. We do not stop. Blessings on blessings to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. The love is real, and I'm super excited. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Only 100 people here, man. This used to be the big, you know what, just a few weeks ago, one of my biggest live streams ever was a Saturday morning live stream. You know, people are sleeping. There's money to be made every single day. People want to party, want to hang out. I'm sorry. I'm ready to grind every single day of this life. Let's talk about these gains. Up 90, already took half unrealized gains off the table, continuing to pump to the upside. I want to talk about why I long last night, what I saw, right, and why I got my stop loss above break even already. I'm in the money. I'm ready to rock this even further to the upside. Let's see how much more I can milk out the trade. Shout out to Waking Up in Gains, to all the beautiful people out here. And we're going to show you why we made the trade, what's happening, why BOBO looks interesting to me. BOBO on the daily, about to make a move, basically a double bottom with a higher low. Look for BOBO to consolidate. But BOBO was one of the hotter coins when the market wasn't doing too well. BOBO really just did not care. And so BOBO, I see BOBO doing some gains. That was a freebie for you. And it's gone like that, like lightning. I don't own any BOBO. I don't know the team of BOBO. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just a nice guy that happened to see something. And I'm telling you right now, when I see something, I say something. There's a lot of times the coin that I'm looking at happens to do a little bit of a pump. You never know, though. No guarantees. I do somehow have to wear my glasses recently because it's just easier on the eyes when I have to use so much on my eyesight. So is there a bearish div, though, on the 1 hour time frame? Should I be bailing out of the trade? Looks like I may want to take some profits. That's a bearish divergence. We are oversold. Things to think about. But let's break down Bitcoin like we always do from the top down. And what a beautiful day it is to be alive. Shout out to everybody here. It is a sunny day here. Absolutely gorgeous. 54 degrees. Now, in Boston, Mass, it's 54 degrees right now. But where I'm living right now in Sarasota, Florida, it's, guess what? 77 degrees. Of course it is. It's 77 on the 77. The high today will be 88. It will be an absolutely gorgeous day. Tomorrow will be the exact same day. The high will be 88. The low will be 69. And Monday will be exactly the same. The high will be 87. The low will be 69. And Tuesday, the high will be 89. It'll be sunny for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days straight. It hasn't rained once since I've been here. This is insanity. Every single day I wake up, it's, yo, Florida is, I'm laughing because I can't believe I used to live a different life. I'm looking out right side. I got the caddy right there outside the window. Man, I'm telling you right now, man, this is a blessing. Like, life is a blessing. So let's break it down. Let's have some fun. And let's talk about it. All right. Remember what I said? I said, until we break above 62.7, I'm not buying any of this nonsense. Well, you know, and now we got what's called a bullish pin bar on the weekly. That is a very bullish reversal candle. It will depend on what the next week candle does. But right now, we're looking real pretty right now, everybody, with a bullish reversal pin bar. You know what I mean? And things have changed. In a day, things can change. Everyone's like, you were so bearish. And I'm still somewhat bearish, right? We're going to talk about it, though. But the 8 hour has to come back above that 200 SMA. But the 12 hour really taking over the 200 and hold it. If we break below this 200 on the 12 hour, I will flip to being a bear again. I'll be like, that was a fake rally, not good enough, yada, yada, yada. And we'll lose the 200 on like the 7 and the 15, the bigger time frames, which will lead to that. So I'll be able to call the shorts before it happens. Everyone's like, how is he always, he always says he's right after the, it's not, it's the system that I use will just teach you what to do. It's pretty amazing. You know what I mean? So blessings on blessings to be here, everybody. Thank you for jumping on in. Oh yeah. Okay. I get it. I should be money now with the voice, right? I just set it up. Euphoria was fire. Yeah. Okay. I fixed the audio in the video. We should be good. I did realize I didn't have that 200 on, but we'll find out. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, crispy. There's no lag, baby. There's no lag, baby. Thank you for the shirt comment. So anyway, let's get back to brass tacks here. So the weekly looks beautiful. If that closes like that, that will be a bullish reversal. And we could call this a bull flag. And it just business as usual for Bitcoin as it plows ahead, right? And we get another bigger rally, 97,000. I mean, I don't see it going like this because you don't just switch angles. It's something more like right about there is the angle. It tells you somewhere by July. I mean, could you hit July 4th? Could you be at a $98,000 Bitcoin? And could the whole story change here? You know what? I'm open-minded. That's the measured move. And I just play with the cards tell me. I just play what the charts say. You know what I mean? I don't make it up on my own. That's just what it says. That's a very bullish sign for Bitcoin if this candle closes this way. There's a lot of ifs behind this idea. But I like where Bitcoin's at right now at 63,920. If you longed with me, you woke up to gains. Imagine waking up to money on a Saturday morning. That's what the trading group does. That's what I do. When the market gets tight, we don't swing trade altcoins as much. We short what we can. We short Bitcoin. We swing trade. We've been longing and shorting and going back and forth in smaller time frames. And that's what we do. We scalp small time frames until Bitcoin settles off. I find a way to find opportunity no matter what. And, and because I've gone through every single, not every, but a lot of these ups and downs through the market, and we've learned so much as a team, and together my trading group has figured out so much, we just continue to bang on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just continues to move, right? Shout out to everybody here. If you want to join my trading group, go to cryptolifer.com. All right, unlock financial freedom. Get that education you deserve from someone that doesn't take a day off every single day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Sunday yet again. Flip it and ship it. I'm here every night, day, just. So anyway, the weekly candle, ready to rock. I like what I'm seeing on the weekly. Then I move to the 3-day chart. 3 days basically more of my go-to chart. And my go-to for the 3 days suggests, okay, maybe you're now in some type of flag here. Now, I saw the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. Tons of people shorted that. I didn't open up a giant short. I was waiting for certain confirmations, and at the same time, I did short certain levels. But I know once you get above the 1 minute not to short, and I know once you get above the 7 not to short, and then I was waiting, and then I saw that we got above those levels, and then I saw that the 15-minute might get above the 200 MA. Once I saw the 15-minute break to 200 MA right here, I knew that you don't short that. You see? Anyway, we'll get into this. So my strategy shows me what's likely going to happen in the bigger time frames, but the smaller time frames save me from getting bagged because they tell you what's going to happen. All you have to do is listen to them. And I'm here to teach you this stuff every single day. And I basically really captured a system, in my humble opinion, that'll blow your mind once you really see it in action and once you get to know what I'm doing. But come on in, man. So show and girls, guys and girls. We have so many women too on the channel and women in the trading group. I believe it's the most, it didn't always a male-dominated sport. It does have, I feel like we have some of the most women in my community of any crypto community. So it's a safe place for women. I don't allow that kind of jockstrap humor inside my trading group. I don't think it's funny. I have a twin sister. I have 2 daughters, right? I was very close with my mother. I have an older sister. Surrounded by women my whole life, heavily connected to the beauty of women and the respect of women. That's why there's no profanity on this channel, because profanity starts that kind of boys club mentality, and next thing you know, everything else kind of flows. And so it stops with profanity. Once you stop the profanity, it's like back to, I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, like you spoke, when a lady walked in the room, every man it acted completely different. Like you acted different when a woman was around. You gave respect. Men were men, but when there was a lady present, and people say, hey, there's a lady present. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying ladies can't handle it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a level of respect given to people that bear children into this world for us. Like my wife is sitting there holding a baby in her stomach. Like it's hard for her to get around, So I don't know where I went on this tangent, but you know what I'm saying. So anyway, this could look like a beautiful bull flag to the upside, and we're breaking key levels on the daily. Let's talk about what levels I want to see break, and we'll go over the weekly too as well, right? So remember, 65.5. If we can't get above 65.5, Sammy won't be bullish, right? We know we have to get above that area. It's 460 right there, but I'm not going to sit there and split hairs. If we bring it up, it is 65.5 a little bit. It's just hard to hit that level without zooming in, and I don't want to waste the time doing all that. Anyway, then we have this beautiful level at 60,000, which we have now, basically wicked off of. And we got really close to the 21, which to me is awesome. Like, the weekly doesn't have to touch it per se, but to get that close to the 21 is a very bullish sign. That's what we trade, right? We always trade the 1 hour back to the 21, the 15 back to the 21. That's why I kept saying I believe we're going to come back to the 21. And now you see my system back tested. You see me talk about it. And now you see why I made the prediction in which I did, why we would pull back to the 21. You see, I was probably one of the only people saying this about the weekly chart, except for some old man and some, guys who've been trading since they were like 50 years old, right? Accelerated data will give you so much information. And that's why I believe crypto traders learn more than stock traders, because they take 2 days off that we don't. That's 8 days a month, right? That's 80 days in 10 months, 96 days a year. I trade more, look at the markets more than, triple sevens. I trade and I do more than, we do as a, crypto traders trade more than stock traders. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, let's take a look back. So this is bullish to me, as long as we don't close a candle below this, 59, 60,000 level, right? We tapped it a few times. We even got to a low of 56,600, right? 56,007 with a wick back to the upside. We got into this mix. There was a lot of up and down. That's a lot of, when you see chop, that's usually good support. So there was some chop there, and then we had chop right below it. So had we got in there, Now, I'm open-minded. We could still go to the lower lows, but the fact that this candle could close, that could be a very bullish reversal candle. It's a bullish pin bar. Let's see what happens here on the weekly. So I'm excited for that if that does what it's supposed to do. The daily gets back above the 80 and the 100 and goes for the 80-day moving average. Pull the moving averages tight together, right? And so what you're likely going to see, because you want to see the moving averages get close, so you'd like to see this, right? And then you'd like to see kind of like maybe the 200 never, And so what I'm showing you is these moving averages are going to kind of come, and they should come and get close. They should get nice and close. Now, for me, that tells me that Bitcoin has to kind of consolidate a little bit. What I've been saying is this a shoulder, head. Like, are we going to make an inverted head and shoulder and make a beautiful ascending triangle, which would have this beautiful, right? And then boom, you see? These are just ideas and thoughts in my mind, but they seem to come to fruition a lot, which is weird. So it's kind of quantum. We'll see what happens over time, right? The Sammy Cup and Handy, the different approach to trading really has paid off over time. All right, so we got the reversal on the daily back to the top of the channel, which was like, okay, bottom, top, top, bottom. Makes sense to me. Are we going to do a bearish retest? Are we going to break back down? Are we breaking back out? That's the question here now for Bitcoin, right? So beautiful, 63.8, awesome. You went to 64,600. Let's see, that was the height of the candle right here. 64,540 was the height of the candle. No better place than the 99. When I joined, I made my money back the same day. Dang, Ill Dramatics made money back the same day. That's pretty. Shout out to you, my man. God bless you, brother. Philippines, USA, big games. Amen. Bull trap. It could be a bull trap. All right. It very well could be. And we could end up at the lows that I talked about and that we've gone over before, like at 50, 52, 53,000. Like, it could happen. So we must be open-minded that we're not out the gate yet. We really must break this high here. 67.2 has to be kicked. If we can't break this high, we're going to make like a double at the bottom, or we're making a lower high, and then that means we could make a lower low. So to me, it's so crucial that we break above 60. To see this POC on the daily, it's a red line right now. It's called the point of control on this visible range volume profile, the VRVP. You bet, why? How come mine doesn't look like yours, Sam? Because you're trading with 24 here, and so you see 24 bars. But I like to see 240 bars. So I just add a 0 to the 24, and voila, I've made this thing look amazing. Aha, there you go, right? There's a little gem for you in case most of you know, but I think a few people maybe didn't. All right. Lifer, I think people would appreciate a documentary on your life and a story to where you are now. Thank you, bro. Amen. Anything's possible. I appreciate that, though. I mean, it's very... how about a documentary about you, man, and how beautiful you are, bro? And what an awesome person you are. So anyway, let's look at this beautiful falling wedge. This thing could break to the upside. And when I mean beautiful, I mean a beautiful person. Like, I believe beauty comes from the soul, man. Truly, in my humble opinion. Like when I think about beauty, again, there's definitely physical beauty, but there's spiritual beauty. And when you live in a higher frequency, I believe you're a beautiful soul. You know, that's kind of my own little mantra way of thinking about it. But anyway, so love is the strongest frequency. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. Amen. Amen. And, you know, you do so much for others and it comes back. Look at what happened to me. I was in a bad moving situation. I said something to the community. Someone in the community happened to be a mover and physically came and moved all my things for me. No questions asked. And got everything exactly done the exact way. It was so professional. Like, as much as he wanted to be a buddy in front of me, he was also like, he wanted to do, he was a man. He was a man's man. He did his thing. Shout out to Ray, brother. He's like someone you want to know for the rest of your life. Like, he's a spot on dude. And they were great. They were unbelievable. Like, I just couldn't believe how amazing it was. So when you give away to your community and you share this, and he didn't have, he made money again, but it was the first move he had ever done out of state in 10 years. Like, he does his thing, right? In his own, 2-3 hour moves, gets it done, right? He came out of his way. He has 4 kids, to see me, to meet me, to see eye to eye to me, to tell me, hey man, you've changed my life, he said to me. He said, you changed the way I think about money. You changed the way I plan. I have savings. I have more of an investment mindset. He said, man, you've changed my life. And I said, you changed your life. You know, all of you guys changed your life. Just like I found people online, Jim Rohn and all the different people, but you guys, everyone here, you changed your life, right? So this community changes my life every day. It's amazing. Anyway, stochastics want to push to the upside. MACD wants to push to the upside. And the RSI looks good. Like the RSI, what I always do is like in a falling wedge, right? And it seems to be breaching. And it's come down. And the daily doesn't get too low in bullish times. You can see the lowest we got there. And we're a little lower than the last little dump there. So this could mean trouble for the bears, man. You might want to be careful if you're a big old bear, because the market might come and eat you up. If you don't know how to trade the 22-hour time, the moving averages, you may want to be careful. So look. We lost the 22-200 MA, but we bounced off of it. We got back above that too as well, which is very bullish to me. As long as we stay above this yellow line, there'll be no bear market. There'll be no bear pullback. There'll be, no matter what anybody tells you, watch your 22-hour and your 12-hour time frame. As long as we keep these 200 MAs and we stay above them, we're bullish and we're going to the upside and big moves are happening. Remember that I said that. Look how close we are. If we close below it and candles start closing below it, it doesn't mean it's over, but it means you have to be unawares, and it looks like we're likely going further to the downside for sure. So just be careful. All right. I'm proud to be a lifer. This man has helped so many to be the change they want to see in the world. Amen. Shout out to Crypto Bear Baker, man. I love you, brother. You're so amazing, and I love your spirit, and I wish we could hang out every single day, man. You're awesome. Super nice person, and you're an awesome person. Very special people in my life, man. All the people here, especially all the moderators and all my elite traders, and everyone that's made a deep connection with me on the live or in the group. You know who you are because we felt it and we know what it is. So my life has been changed forever due to the trading group. I never thought I was going to go through the metamorphosis through being around so many people, whether it is digitally, but man, it's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway. Back to brass tacks here. So here's the key level that needs to be broken for Bitcoin for me is 67,200. Bring that music up a little bit. We got to break back above this level for me to be like comfortable, because that will be the break in the high. You get it? So because look, you have a high, you have a low, you have a lower high, you have a lower low. So you do a lower high, you're just in a macro downtrend, and there's nothing really amazing about this. You break through this high, and then you say, okay, we're making a statement here. Now, there's kind of a shoulder here. There's a head. Do we make some type of sideways price action beforehand? It's possible. Okay. We want to see what you want to see too is this on the 12-hour. You want to see the 21 start to curve up. When the 21 makes a bit of a curve, it'll be a little like leading indicator that something bigger is going to happen. Anyway, and anyone says, but these are, you can use any indicator as a leading indicator if you understand where it's likely going to go over time because you back tested it to, so I could even use, but look at that. Like, so look, death cross on the 8 hour, right? Doesn't mean anything, just means we're consolidating. But it all, but if you get resistance here and you start to dump, you have to, so you do have to heed that. And the 8 hour still has to get back above this 200 MA for me to feel comfortable. That's a big deal. The 4 hour has to break. So like right now, the 4 hour wants to come for that 200. The last time we did that, we were unable to get above it. It was heavy resistance. It looks like it's acting as a bit of resistance right now. And there's a point of control right here on the 4 hour time frame on the VRVP. So we are at a 64,000 is like a very hard area right now for us to get back above. So our movement today is, can we continue and break through the 200 MA? Or do we get rejected and come down to the bottom of the pattern? And now the smaller time frames begin to play. So you can see the story now beginning to build. So the first story yesterday was we were tight here. And I said, if we can get above the 200 MA, look for fireworks. You could also open a long here with a stop below the 200 and just let it fly and see where it goes. Last night, that's when I basically looked at price action and we were like, I said, man, I'm just going to go for a bigger target, put a stop below the 200 and see how long this trade can rock. You see? Now, we had a nice pump, into the night last night, and that we got the win out the flag, right? We have a golden cross coming. You can see this is it is a latent indicator, but not now. Like, when the golden cross happens, we'll already be pumped. It will just be it'll be pulled. So you look for this, when you see this about to happen, it's a pretty bullish sign that some more movement is coming. Now, at the time, it may not look so bullish too. This is more like, it's more like a fortune teller. The moving averages are more like going to a fortune teller. They don't broadcast like a move, like more like the stochastics tell me more when I should be getting in and out at certain areas. But the stochastic, but the moving averages, they broadcast messages to me. Like when the 21 gets really far away from the 200 here, I knew that could possibly be, we would, even if it wasn't the bottom, we might have to come back and revisit the 200, and we did. Whenever the 21 and the 200 get far apart, it's got to tell you, so right here, they got far apart. This is the same as this, but this is just, if you flip it upside down, that was the same, you know what I mean? Anyway, look at that shoulder, head, right shoulder, like bearish to the down, and it's interesting. So when you flip things upside down, you can start to see things a little differently. And now we're getting pounded. I mean, we were all the way up at 64.5. Now we're getting flashed down to 63,600. All right. I see a bearish div on the 1 hour time frame. I will say that. So in my mind, we're at the top of this channel, and we're hitting a resistance. You can even say we tried to break out a little bit. A little fake out. Can we stay above it, or are we going to go back inside the pattern and dump to the downside? So now it's my job to figure out from my years of data what the heck is going to happen to price action and be as accurate as humanly possible. So I know price action got away from the 21. So I know it has to revisit somewhat. So it's got two paths right here. Like one that it somehow holds and makes like an ascending triangle here and does a bounce. And it could actually have a nice measured move out of here. Somewhere to like, wow, 69K even, which is crazy. Smaller move could just get you somewhere up to like 65.8. But breaking 65.5 to me would be like, every time we get above 65.5, I'm sitting pretty. Because I know once we get above that, like then 65 is the bottom. Like, we're not going any lower than that. It's just not happening. You see? Sir, which moving average combination you use the most? The 21 and the 200 and the 50, really. The 80 and the 100 are there to kind of give me the web. But, I don't use them as much. But, they all come into play because I've been using them so much. All right? And they're simple moving averages. So dumpage for Bitcoin on the perpetual makes me want to just snatch that for now. Close that trade, which is awesome. I already took half the trade off the table, and I took that there. Let's see what's happening on the smaller time frames. All right. And you get rid of the projections of the bigger ones for now as we zoom in. This is my detective work. This is how I do things. So like previous support is resistance here. And Saturday trading is treacherous. Usually, low volume and not the best day to trade. I'll tell you that right now. So if like you wake up every Saturday, like, let's go, and you wonder why, like, I'm not saying you can't get a pump and you can't play a pump. I'm just telling you that it's not the best day to trade for liquidity. Where, think of liquidity as fish in the sea. You want to trade when there's the most fish in the sea, right? That's when you want to start to trade, right? You want to go to a spot where there's no fish at all, go to a place where there's no fish and just start fishing all day and wonder why you don't get that as many fish as people that, maybe there's a day where there's more, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just look at liquidity like that and know that when you're a beginner, you don't know what days are the best to trade. So join a trading group and we'll tell you, like, after a month of hanging out with us, you're going to understand like why certain days were hurting you and why they weren't. See, this is why you think, oh, I'll just do it on my own. But like, it's almost like, oh, I'll just go into the battlefield on my own. I don't know exactly what to do. Like, you may want some training first. You may want to know like certain things of people that have actually been in war and have saved their lives first, so they can like give you a little bit of insight. Would it be a good idea to DCA into alts or wait for Bitcoin to break out of the falling wedge? Thanks. I mean, I can't tell you what a good idea would be, right? I don't give financial advice of any type, so I don't know, man. It's really up to you what you think is possible. I'll show you what I'm doing, and then you can kind of figure it out on and make those decisions for yourself. Because I don't know what a good idea for you would depend on your whole entire financial situation, right? And I don't know those things, so I can't tell you what a DCA, you know what I mean? You won't regret joining the 99. ROI never seems to amaze me. It pays for itself day in and day out. Knowledge is power. Thank you, Sam, and the lifers. Shout out to you for the $4.99 super chat. People give super chats to talk about how great the trading group is. Like, I don't even have to promote it. They promote it themselves. This is how amazing. This is why when you have a good group, it grows on its own. If you do the right thing, you believe in God, and you produce a good product, your business will grow on its own, my friends. Look like we're coming to the 200 EMA on the daily candle tomorrow. Red candle day. Just get into a project you like and start DCAing your way in. What really goes on in the 99? It's almost like a universal, it goes on in the 99 states, but it's a universal code of people that want to change their lives. That's really what's going on in the 99, in my humble opinion. So the 1 minute kind of had a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder there. Lost the 200 MA, which is when I take my trade. You know what I mean? Because it's like, we had a beautiful pump. We pumped all the way up to 64.5. Got a quick resistance. Might have been a nice short there, right? So now we watch this ugly, ugly price action. So we're like breakout, fake out, top of the channel. Likely going to go back to the bottom of the channel, which would take us where? I mean, you would fall. You'd hit somewhere here like 54K again. And this could just be that inducement to get everyone to long, right? So they can just shred it back the other way. That's why I'm out. Like, the guys who do 100x and try to stay in the trade for days at a time, if you don't know what you're doing and you don't do it all the time, are the people they're eating on. And those people go back in and back in and back in and back in, You can grow without God as well and be a good person without God. Amen. You can do whatever you want. 100%. Yeah. I've never said anyone has to do anything that I do. I just talk about my truth. That's all. I did grow with God. God came to me in some way, shape, or form. And I didn't join a church, and I was never part of any big, like it happened through its own spirituality for me, in my humble opinion. So the bearish div on the 1 hour time frame starting to kick in pretty hard. It's pretty good bearish div. Right, it's pretty strong. Like, and let's take a look at where our 21's far apart, and so a little bit of resistance here for Bitcoin, and so we take our profits. I don't know if you did, but I did. So I wake up winning on a Saturday, which I think is pretty awesome. from last night's trade. Like, I didn't have to watch the trade all day. I opened up the trade at night. I went to sleep, right? And shout out to anyone that came to the weekly screen share on Thursday night. It was an amazing weekly screen share. I had a really good time. Quote said, "Sir, your mind has so much clarity and confidence. You really improved my trading. Thank you. Amen. When you grow without God, you were doing it in your own strength. Pride comes before the fall. Hello as a newbie. Is it worth me using liquidation heat maps? Does Bitcoin follow it mostly? It does, man. And I believe it's really worth it. I would hit a link to and I would get BOOKMAP. I do get a commission from it, of course. But I believe the tools that I have are tools to success. And yeah, you can watch it. I put it out every day. I'm here, but having it at your beck and call whenever you need it, I think is important. Yeah. And we're going to take a look at liquidity. Speaking of BOOKMAP right now. So bearish div on the 1 hour time frame. You can see it clear as day, right? I mean, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bear news. I'm just trying to show you the facts here. It's an interesting pattern to tell. It's almost like we broke out of a flag. So I'd be willing to say, okay, it was a fake out, break back inside, but we saw the bearish div. All right. I could see it basically right when this green candle, we got a little more push up and then bearish divergence, right? Still good that we're above some key levels, but, and look, we have a golden cross possibly coming for Bitcoin. So not sure exactly how this pattern will play out. And we may even bounce off the 21 and like we still may be making like a pattern like this. Like there's a chance we're still making some ascending triangle. I know I'm doing a lot at once here. But today's, it's right now, price is a little more confusing than normal, but it is a bearish div, which opened up a short here with a stop loss at the high of the divergence. And technically we should be able to get a bit of a dip here to the downside. That's what the charts are telling you, that as short as possible. I'm not going to short it right now for a swing. I just made gains on my Saturday. And so if I go back in on a trade today, it's got to be a perfect trade. And I usually don't like to go back in immediately after a big win because I don't know. It's like pushing the levels, right? So here we have 61,000. We have 63,540. And we got a lot of liquidity above us now, which we didn't have before. If we look at the darkest red and the closest red area, it is at 64,740, suggesting that there's still more liquidity above us that wants to, and they want to sell. So I wouldn't be surprised if they want to induce some short. So they bring the price down a little bit, get enough people to short so they can rip it back up and get there and eat. I'm telling you, whenever the closest red is, we are likely to hit based on BOOKMAP. You do whatever makes you happy, but that's what I see happening. We have some deep red here too at 61,160. And BOOKMAP has some new stuff coming out. I'm going to be sitting with them probably later on next week. I just told them I had to get settled in the new house and get everything ready to go. Well, BOOKMAP has some new stuff coming out, and I'm super, super excited about that. All right. Remember, I'm trading and places I could trade. Coinbase is a great place. MaxC, if it's applicable in your area, jump on in. They have one of the best, and even if you trade futures, you can always look. You can always go down and trade futures at 1x leverage. You see what I'm saying? And it's basically like using no leverage at all. And you're able to use all the fun stuff, the movement. And so you don't have to trade leverage with future. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just an interesting concept, something to think about. Anyway, and there's a demo account here too. I would suggest demo trading before you do anything and ever put any money. And I traded 8 to 9 years, almost 10 years really, without touching any leverage. Okay. Doing heavy research, putting my money in it, the right things, joining a trading group for 4 years really put me in position. I joined a trading group just like you did. I was online. I knew what I knew, but I needed that extra step. And I had a really good mentor that didn't take a day off. And my mentor showed me what hard work was, what discipline was. More than just a trading group, I learned what success was and what it was going to be to become successful, what I had to do to take it to the next level. You see what I'm saying? Like, I learned through success what I had, through watching my mentor. And my mentor said, this is one of the best people in the trading group, and really put me out there in front of like 4,000 people when the group was really big, and it changed my life. So I do to others what was done to me, right? A trading group was offered. I changed my life. I do the same, So And it's not easy. I'm telling you, running the group is not easy. It's an every single day thing. It's constant. It's like having a baby that you care about all the time, every day. And you want to make sure it's getting the right nourishment. Everyone's learning, but you also want to make sure you're hitting gains. And, you know, I believe it was a huge responsibility given to me by God and through my life. And I want to do the best I can every single time, right? So could this little flag break back to the upside? And could we get back in the money here? Could the 1 minute break back above that 200? If the 1 minute breaks back above the 200, it'll entice me to long yet again. You know, you can see each time we broke above the 200, long, beautiful up there, wait for consolidation. And then we traded the flag, right? And we nailed this flag. I drew it yesterday on the late night. That was yesterday, right? I believe in the afternoon. And I finally said, I'm going long. And that long played out beautifully. We got the pump to 63.2. And then we consolidated again. And then last night I saw this little flag and boom, woke up to gains. So it's kind of an inverted head and shoulder as well. I looked at it like this, like a bigger flag, see? And I saw that like ascending triangle vibe. Make it neat. I was posting this to the trading. And this is you'll see me posting to the group all day long, like everything that I'm seeing. Whether I see a scalp on the 1 minute, a swing on the 15, I'll make a video about both and talk about what I'm looking at. You'll just get constant love, support, and energy from me while I look at the charts every single day. And that's really what's happening, all right? And look, we're looking at the smaller time frame while we're looking at the bigger time frame, okay? At the end of the day, like this is what it was, and we're retesting the top of the trend line at this present moment in time. It's like a breakdown and a retest of this level, right? You can almost say it's a retest of the bigger channel. And so does Bitcoin bounce? And I'll know by watching the 1 minute get back above the 200. Things that you can't see on the 1 hour time frame. See, I'm microscoping the lesson here. I can see it. Do we get the bounce? Or does this collapse further to the downside? The bearish div is heavy on the 1 hour. It's not amazing, right? It's things that, so we have to consider that. However, we're getting lower on the stochastics. The 7 minute says, I would like to take a bit of a bounce. And so what you're looking for on the 7 here is somewhat of an inverted head and shoulder, right? Some type of shoulder, some type of head, and you know, possibly a move like this, something like this. You're looking for consolidation. Consolidation is price action going up and down, tighter and tighter in a zone. And you're looking for the moving averages to get tight and get close. And when that all happens, boom, stay above a high volume node. Don't go into the gap, right? And there's Bitcoin getting a nice bounce back to the upside here. And it's a ballsy call, really, jumping in on the retest right now, but it could still be a nice long. What's cool about this long is there's still a chance to use the 200 MA as a possible holding point. Try to ride this up to 67.5. You break the 200 SMA, it's over anyway, or likely they're playing games. So, you know, that's a possible trade that could play out right now, but it's very gutsy. And you use the 200 as the support. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying should be taken as, you know, just backtest this and look at it. Write it down or put it up on your chart and see what happens. See if we ever break the 200. See if your stop loss doesn't get hit at 62,696. All right. Bitcoin respects trend lines extremely well in the 2-day. I made so much money trading long. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Don't worry, man. We're going to address it. I'm getting a business line put in tomorrow or on Monday. So don't worry. We're going to get through it. Still big time video lag, but audio seems all right. Really? Dang. It's weird because I'm not getting any lag on my end, which is so weird. Sometimes it's YouTube. I'm being honest, you know. I got a bitrate issue too, though. And I was playing it too. It ain't that bad. It's free content. Saying, brother, the gun audio is perfect. Anyway, if we get the bounce here, look for the shoulder, head, and right shoulder for Bitcoin. And chance that you could hide a stop loss below the 7-minute 200 and still get ourselves a bit of a rally here. If the 1 minute breaks the 200 MA, that's going to be a bullish sign for Bitcoin. All right. So right now we're seeing if this is going to be a bullish retest or we're going to collapse further into the pattern. We go through this white line and start to drop, then, you know, the bearish div on the 1 hour takes over. But there's a chance that the 1 minute could hold us down here. We'll see. And it's Saturday, so be careful. I took my gains. All right. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a good stream regardless, and I didn't plan on being here too long. So I just wanted to talk about the idea that I saw for Bitcoin, and you know, and basically I want to see us break back above this point of control at 63.9, 64,000, and break back above the 200 MA here on the 1 minute. We do that, I could see a big move for today. If we stay below this, it's either sideways or some more downward price action. And the 1 hour bearish div doesn't look amazing. I just want to see if the 1 minute could defy that and get us big, right? All right. Yeah. Anyway, God bless everybody. Thank you for being here, and we appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I'll jump on out for the day, and I apologize for the lag. I don't know why we're getting some lag. Doesn't seem too bad where we're at, but Liver wins when swing trading. How do you weight the different time frames when making decisions? I mean, when I'm swing trading, it's really, I want to make sure the daily looks good, and then I want to see the 4 hour ready to rock, and then I use like the 1 hour for entry, you know. Glad to see you on this Saturday. Best of Mr. Pride and all the blessings. God bless you, man. Thank you for being here, Chicago Brew. You have the Bruce Lee settings. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what goes on, man. But everybody, we love you. We appreciate you. No lag now. Thank you. And I'll go back, I guess, to 720. I tried to push it today. All right. But God bless you. Just came in. I was asking to see if it was my solar gear glitching or the internet. Yeah. All right, everyone. It makes me sad, but I'll figure this out. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Dang, this internet gets on my nerves. You believe me? But I hope you got some information, and I hope you learned. And I'll be back tonight, hopefully, for everything. I will be back tonight. We'll make sure, hopefully, things are better. Amen.